Hi, welcome back to Spirit's Path. This is D, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Moon on Water. And, as we talked about yesterday with that Ten of Stones, we have that security of being at home. But the King of Vessels just dropped off, and then the World Tree just dropped off before that. So right now, we're bookended around two life lessons cards, the Journey and the Moon. And you've journeyed out of that World Tree and moved forward. You listen to what the King of Vessels had to say to you about being tolerant with your emotions. And the Journey is telling us that there's life after death, that in order for new things to grow, we have to let some old things out. And just like the Traveler, right now we've come upon this lake. And, we stand at the edges of this and we say to ourselves, how do we get to the other side? And it's true in any decisions that you're making, whether it's, a business decision, a family decision, a personal, however you want to look at it. Now, we've been focusing on a lot about the truth. And maybe during this moon time, you are standing on this water and you're saying, you know what? I now know what the truth is. All right, I found the truth. How do I proceed with the information that I have in hand? And that's always the case. Once you understand what that truth is, it's how do you proceed with the information that you have. All right? When you're standing here looking at this water, with no visible pathway, and even if you understood where you're at, there's no visible pathway on what to go for. That's where you need to seek guidance from the universe above, from your spirits, your ancestors, to help you with your spiritual path, to help you move forward, okay, to answer those questions that you have, okay. Finding out what that truth is leads to an inner transformation. It shifts something within. Okay, maybe you've asked a question to the universe, you've gotten the answer, maybe you know what that decision is. Okay, your intuition tells you what that, the spirit that you have, the soul that you have tells you what that, that decision is, which way you need to go. And that creates an inner transformation in you, okay? Just thinking the thought, okay, has made a change in the effect of what you want. And it's a time during this moon to listen to your inner voice, to reflect on what your soul is trying to tell you, okay? There's a lot of emotional energy with this too, all right? The King of Vessels that just dropped off, he's the king of all that emotional energy. The Page of Vessels has got some energy as well. You got emotional energy in the Insecurity card, okay? You've got emotional energy in the Ten of Stones and Home, okay? The moon controls the emotions. It controls the tides. It controls, the seasons, right? We plan our crops by the moon, okay, with what's going on during the months. Okay, we got the new moon and full moon forecasts coming out, and we look up to those. Some of those are harvest moons, so those are new moons to, start things out. And there's going to be a new moon coming up here, within a week, all right, with what's happening. Or by the time you watch this, it might be tomorrow, okay? All that emotional energy kind of goes back to that King of Vessels. How do you need to be more tolerant of that emotional energy? With finding the truth, with moving forward, keep that in mind as you're moving forward, right? Even though the two pages are still sitting out there, giving you the message, the King is there letting you know to be tolerant of that emotional energy. It's also going to be a time to, explore some of those hidden desires that you have, right? Now, the consciousness of the universe is great to behold when you spend time under the moon, whether it's a new moon or a full moon. And, lately here where I'm at now in cold, bleak Michigan, you can't see the moon because there's clouds in the sky all the time. But, it is what it is. Down in Florida, they had clear nights and you could see that moon all the time. But, it's there. It's not going to change anything. You're still going to be able to see the moon, maybe see it in your third eye. But it's a good time to contemplate what life has in store for you. Okay? What does life have in store for you as you're walking this new journey? What do you need to purge out in order to bring something new in? Yeah, it can be scary. Could be scary just standing out underneath that moon, right? Where there's, the good thing about, the moon is it shines the light into the darkness. All right, it's kind of like that beacon of hope, like that eight of arrows struggle, right? When you can see it, right, it's there to guide you, right? The page of the page of bows, the stoat still sitting out there, and he's, who or what is offering you the opportunity during this moon, right? Where's that opportunity to find that justice or find that truth? And does it resonate with you? What does your soul tell you about that? As you're searching within, looking at that inner transformation, and you're listening to that stoat, and you're listening to that page of vessels, and he's saying, where do you need to let your feelings show? Maybe it's a good time just to be home and step outside during that moon and just look up, find it, and just, just open yourself up. Just say, hey, let your feelings show. You can do it when you're at home. There's no vulnerability there, right? Now that the page of vessels also asks is, what's that deeper trust being asked of you? And what's, when you look up to the moon, what do you see? Do you see, or feel, intuit those guardians, those spirits that are watching over you? Do you feel that the universe is watching over you? Is it, the other piece of it is, if you look closely, in the mirror of that water, it looks like an egg from that moon. Is this a new beginning for you? And there's herons flying, right? And it's kind of got some Taurus energy as well. Taurus energy being stable, secure. Heron energy being, those waters, emotions. Are you keeping your emotions in check? Are you doing like the King of Vessels and staying tolerant? All right. And then, the other question is from that page of bows, that stoat, is what do you need to do to engage with this? What do you need to do to engage with letting your feelings show? Right. What do you need to do to engage with, standing outside and looking at that moon, talking to the universe, talking to your spirits, talking to your guides, talking to your ancestors? So that's the message for today, the Moon on Water, out of the Wildwood Tarot deck. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. And this is D for Spirit's Path, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, God bless, and stay safe, everybody.